How's everybody going? James Wisecarver. Man, you're here first. See the thumbnail video tomorrow. Oh, man. Yes. We had ourselves a speed run with Viking RC. He's actually trying to get his video up right now. I told him when he gets it up and live to come on here and hopefully get you guys a link to it. Let me test him real quick. All right, so maybe he'll be able to get that video up. Let's just say 12S is a handful. Now, I can tell you right now firsthand, the stock servo, when it comes to really holding a straight line, it's not very good. It has a little bit of slop to it, and that makes a difference when you're running 60, 70 miles an hour. So certainly got to, we're going to change that out. I'll probably take a 1000, a Beast 1000 out of something and put in there for now, but it'll probably get a Beast 1000 permanently. But man, I tell you what, I like the car. I really do. I really like the car. Been waiting on it for over a year. Marcus Landry, what's up? I'm breaking those arms. Yeah, channel members, you guys have already seen it. You guys have already seen the breakage on it. Any tires and cartons of 12. Man, Pat House, that burnout, that was such a disaster, man. That car is so nasty. I mean, it took me hours just to get it where I could touch the thing without getting, it's like using that spray, the Goo Gone, turned it into worse than Never Sees or Anti-Sees. It just everywhere, man. But yeah, it definitely shredded them tires. Viking RC, did you get your video up? He's going to have his version of tomorrow morning's video when I release it. Hopefully he can get his version up so you guys can check that out for him. Andrew, what's up? James, Paul King, Jason Clark, Marcus. Why not check out that Perfect Pass large scale server for that Challenger? See, I've already got a 1000 and something, and I'll just go ahead and put that one in there for right now. Well, James, as far as that goes, I was actually printing wheel wells to go into the back of it. And the darn things came loose on the printer. But I was printing these. I've got something else on the printer right now. I think it'll work. So, yeah, I'm already on trying to come up with a wheel well on that back end to kind of hold that up. Kind of keep all that mess in there because I still want to do the big burnout and just take them all the way to the rims. Praise on the new Traxxas car. I have not seen anything on a new Traxxas car. Great showing videos. That color fits the car. Dude, it's full on green. It matches my bouncers and all that too. So it's kind of another reason to go green for me. But I did post it. Okay, Mo. I'll have to check it out, buddy. He's a 660 foot pastime. We got to get this thing running straight first. We got to get this thing going straight. Once we get it going straight, at that point, he can really lay into it. That's for sure. Viking is now a bronze member. Welcome, buddy. IAQ Master, what's up, dude? IAQ Master saw it broken today. He's also seen the pad where I did the burnouts. So he's actually seen all that. Traveler, do you think you would go faster, straighter with all-wheel drive? Yeah. Because if you have all-wheel drive and they're all pulling, there's less chance of this number, which is what we ended up with today. So two-wheel drive, I think, is a lot harder to hold straight. I'm not a big speed guy, but maybe Viking can tell you a little bit about it. He's much more better at the speed run stuff. Let me see this. 79 batteries get really hot. Dude, they got pretty darn warm. I didn't realize. I wish I took my temperature gun out there and checked them, but I guarantee they were probably around 120, if not a little hotter. What you guys saw in the video, that was not all of my burnout. that was edited down. I did that full burnout where I went and I walked all the way around it. That was actually the second time I did that. The first one, I done it with the slow motion camera so I could get the different shots that I was able to put in the better shots. So I would probably say there's probably another 2 minutes worth of burnouts that I didn't get in the video due to editing and stuff like that. So and when I put them on the charger before I went for the speed run today, which ended up in a couple broken parts, they were, I want to say 6% from that burnout video. So I put a hurting on them batteries. They took it though. Z batteries, I got to give them credit. They took the abuse. Green is good. Crawler Tracks, what's up? Some content. Thank you, Onyx. Appreciate that. To burn the rest of the tires off. I will, Clayton, as soon as I get my wheel wells figured out. I don't care if I got to cut open a 2-liter bottle or a bucket or something to make a wheel well. I'm not doing that burnout again until I got those tires covered. When I get the tires covered, at that point, we'll do another one. But I'm not doing that again. Not until I get it covered. Robert, Green Challenger matches 01 Green Challenger. Probably was a video of him picking it up from their store. Dude, nice. Heck yeah, Robert. Traveler. So understandable. They got that hot. Oh yeah, it was. If that was an XLX2, I'd have been able to come back and pull the amps and all on it. I don't know if the Max 5G2 has storage for all that stuff. There's Viking right there. So what's the verdict in the damage on that beast? Let's see a close-up of the Challenger. All right, let's go and show you guys the Challenger here. Ta-da! So you guys can get a feel for the size of this thing here. All right, so here's a setup. 800 kV motor, Max 5G2. Still got the 6S's in it that we crashed it with. It appears all of this is Baja 5B. So you can change the Baja 5B spur gears and all that stuff. As far as the weight goes, I believe it's around 40 pounds. It's a little bit awkward to handle. I haven't actually weighed it. But as far as the broken parts, let's look at those. If I can get this in position where we can actually look at them. You can see right there. Basically, the arms have a big rod in at the bottom of them, and that's what broke. I believe everything else is perfectly fine, but that's what broke on both of them. So Primal, I've already called Primal, and they got parts in stock, so I'll get those ordered tonight. I really wanted to take a little time to go over the car a little bit more and just verify that I don't need anything else. I see like the front brake cable might got a little bit pinched when everything came loose, but the servo, this servo has to go. This right here, golly, this right here was a big issue for us out there. This right here just had so much slop in it that when you trim it, you know, it would just adjust. And it wasn't the adjuster bolts on here either. It was in the transmission or in the servo. So as a burnout car or a play car, that servo is perfectly fine. As a speed car, not so much. I highly recommend you do some servo movements and adjustments and stuff on it. But I do want to talk about rubber off what I use. 73 hand up well, I thought. What's the weight? About 40 pounds, I'm assuming. I haven't put it on a weigh scale. I'm used to working on big equipment. It's a beast. Brake clean works. Yes, watching your video on a Challenger. It's a very nice RC. Frederick, it really is. I love this car. I'm telling you. Very clean. Watching your video, Challenger. Very nice. Yeah. Theoretical burst power is 8,500 horsepower in actual use. Would that be scale horsepower? What's going on? What's that thing so sick? How do the lights actually work with that? Okay, number one, this is not a magnetic setup. You can see right here. These are the tabs, and it has like little brush things. I'll show those on the body a little bit later. They just simply push. They're like spring-loaded brushes, basically, and that's how it works. So, the servo saver appears to be okay. It's right up into here. It's similar in design to what the Raminator has. Similar servo saver to what the Raminator has, so we should be okay. Servo out there. Okay, so any body damage, a little bit. Let me show you guys this. All right, set this back up here. All right. Now, some of the nastiness you're about to see is from that burnout. Man, what a horrible burnout. All right, so let's get over here. This is the side that really took the hit. You can see the mirror. Got that. The rear spoiler took a bit of a hit right there. A little bit across the top. A little bit up front here. You notice I did put the different hood on it. So underneath, so I got my GPS on it. You can see it's a disaster underneath, and this is still from some of that burnout, man. This thing was just so nasty. But I want to show you guys the connectors here. Let me get this into here. See these right here? These are spring-loaded tabs. Okay, or spring-loaded brushes. And that's what presses down and turns on all the lights right there. So that's it. Let me see here. I guess I'll put this right here. There we go. That'll work for right now. All right. How's the servo saver? Really drove it all up. I sure did. Get that servo saver out of there for speed runs. I think the servo saver is fine. That was not an issue. Not that I could tell, put it that way. Somebody just needs to make a softer compound tire. I believe we're going to get a lot of things for this, buddy. Foams. But you just need a 2-post lift to take that body off. Jeez Louise, it's so big. Oh, well, held up that crash. Dude, I got to tell you, in my opinion, it took the crash well. It honestly did. The all aluminum Rovan. See, so from what I can tell, that's a Rovan or a HPI 5B transmission. So if that's the case, then you got whatever upgrade parts that were available for that, that'll fit this, which is actually pretty nice in my opinion. Joe, please get Arthur to make lower gear sets for the portals on my crawler Rift. It all depends on if there's enough room inside the portal boxes. You can only go so big on the lower gear. And then it's going to get in the way. To go much more, you're talking probably a whole nother setup, and that's a whole bunch more money. I'm still getting some of that tire goo off of this thing. I'll probably have it smeared all over my face by the end of the evening. Is this a new Baja 5R? No, that is the Primal Dodge Challenger. I believe it's got the Baja, the same Baja transmission. Or the wheels are 24 millimeter hex, Marcus. I was freaking out inside. Now, I was kind of picking on him. I was like, dude, it's only $3,000 car. Come on, dude. Here, drive this thing. So, yeah, I was probably kind of messing him up a little bit on that. And then the steering, you can actually see it in the video. it doing this number and then that number and that number. And it wasn't just a trim, it was just an adjustment of the servo itself. So, but I'll get the parts ordered. Hopefully they'll be here, hopefully maybe by the end of the week. See if I can get a Beast 1000. If I can't get a Beast 1000 to me in time, I'll take one out of another vehicle and put in for right now. Oh, speaking of room and all that, dude, they may all have the same transmission. Honestly, they might. Rob, okay, need some inserts. I can get you taken care of there. MCD 24mm hex 1.5 wheels. I got to look at those. This is my first 1/5 on-road anything, so kind of a newbie when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I do want to mention about batteries and stuff like that, because I know you guys are going to want to take this thing to a whole nother level. So to get this back up here. All right. So see this entire area. This is going to be battery. Once you get a battery mount or something put into here. In this area right here fits a Max 4 perfectly. Right in this area here. Move, so you have the ESC out of the way. Move your receiver, which I'm all backwards here, right here up into the front. So you move the receiver up here into the front chamber. And you got all this area here for batteries. So big, massive batteries, absolutely possible. Just a little bit of adjustment to the chassis and all that. So that's going to happen. Motor-wise, as far as motors go, we did fit a 7125 motor in this, but the way this bracket and all is made, there was no adjustment. All right, so we couldn't adjust it, and you'd have to run a really small pinion gear, so that was a no-go. But I can tell you this, with this vehicle right here out on the market, I know we're going to be starting to get a lot of different spur gears. What's the smallest spur gear available for a HPI 5B or a Rovan 5B? Because that's what you'll want if you really want to get crazy with this thing. So, and I also found out why I had battery fitment issues, and I had to make the mods on that. When Primal had this and they were running it and all that, they were only running it on 6S, which makes sense to fit the smaller battery, no issue, right? But with us, we're going 8 and 12 like what I already did. So let me see. Appears there enough room in there, and the Kraken Joe must have been on 24. May want to cover your oval track with a tarp or something after use. Rubber laid down never washes away. Over time, you should get better grip. I got to go out there and pressure wash it. We have a NASCAR race this weekend. We're racing the Losi NASCARs this weekend. What's in the video? It was super darty. Looked like the servo just could not keep up with the gyro. It wasn't the servo couldn't keep up with the gyro. It's just it wouldn't hold the center. That's what it was. Believe me, there's actually quite a bit of off camera that we had on this thing, as far as like, trying to get it set up to go straight. So, I mean, I think my video is just under 11 minutes, which will go up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. If I can get my light to stop flickering like that, we'll be okay on all that. But yeah, Max 4 right here, 650 or 800, which personally I would run the 800 like I'm running it right now. This way you get more RPMs for your volts, versus the 650. But hey, here it is, guys. Chassis is pretty darn nice. So I felt those tires move. And I was like, man, something's going to smack me on the head. All right. How about that one? Yeah, I'm going to go out there with a little pressure washer thing and pressure wash that pad before we race. Fresh all aluminum. I think that's silver anodized aluminum. I do believe. Oh, I guarantee you Raz is going to destroy one. I I absolutely believe these cars are going to get 150, probably pretty easy. They're going to come out with drag skids or drag wheelie bars to keep this thing down. If you don't use that area in the front, right there behind the servo for the receiver box, you can put a big old chunk of lead in that thing to hold that front end down. I mean, the space is there. I do not know how to make this a dual motor. The new Super Laser Nut. The Super Laser Nut so far has been okay for me. I do have some upgrades over here by Vidavon. They are, well, I don't have them in here apparently. They must be in the other room. But I do have some Vidavon stuff to put on that, which we'll get to that soon, I hope. Chassis design is 10 times better than their original design. Oh, dude, Marcus, that original design, dude, that was horrible. That made 1980s pan car suspension look good. I mean, I'm glad that I did not cancel. If you were on that pre-order, like what we were, where they were $1,900 a piece, which is what this one was as an electric roller. When they had to go through and redesign everything, that was a big part of the holdup and delay. It was they didn't charge us the additional $400 for that. Now they're $2,400. So in essence, because we did not cancel, we actually got $400 off. Now, when I say we, this car is number 50. When it comes to the electric rollers, 49 and 50 were the lowest two numbers. This is number 50. I've got 49 here as well. 49 is my buddy Al's car. It is unopened. It's still in the shipping box right now. And he's not sure if he wants to keep it or sell it. But it is unopened, still sealed up. It's literally in the back of my car right now. When I went and picked both these cars up, I had both of these in the back of my Hyundai. I had like 3 different people flash me thinking I had my brights on. I'm like, nope, the Hyundai's got a load in it. All right. As far as dependability, Johnny, you got to look at, I'm talking back on the Super Laser Nut. The diffs and all that, as best I can tell, the same as the 1/8. So kind of a little bit waiting on to see how these do hold up long term. So I breath away when that thing took flight. Got me thinking about it. Chassis and better than the original design. Dude, yeah, Marcus. The first one with 0 rear suspension and just a little kingpin spring on the front, yeah, that would not have been good. Would not have been good. The car is $2,400, Wicked RC, and then you put your own motor, ESC, and batteries in it. It comes with a GT5 radio, which you guys know that I like those radios. I've got it around here somewhere. GT5 radio, the servos are in it. As long as you don't want to do what I did today, everything's perfectly fine in there. It really is. A rally version would be nice. The grunt tires, they are in the box. I have not got them on anything yet. I've yet to even make inserts for them. I will. I just haven't had a chance to get to those yet. In New York, White Rose Hobbies is starting a NASCAR league in April. We, RC Graveyard, we have Wally David, who used to do a lot of oval years ago. He actually came up with a full set of rules for these, and I got to get these posted on the Facebook page. Maybe we could create a set of rules that everybody could follow. There's basically a stock class and a modified class. It's actually pretty good rules, I think. And maybe if nothing else, a template for everybody to create their own set of rules according to your own people in attendance, you know? I can go over a little bit of what it entails if you would like to hear about that real quick. Let me pull this up right quick here. Give me just a second. A little Losi NASCAR group right here. Okay. Stock class chassis can't be modified. Lead weight can be added to the small slots in front of or behind the battery, for balance and tuning and stuff like that. I mean, you're not modifying, you're just adding a little bit of weight in there. Obviously, the Losi NASCAR bodies, you can repaint them as you want or whatever. Electronics, stock motor, stock ESC radio, battery. You can go up to a 2800 milliamp hour 2S battery. The 1400s are more than enough for me, but some guys were talking about the speed at which you can charge those on the little USB charger. So we got that. Tires, only the Losi compound tires. There's the ones that are on it, I think, are mediums, and you can get the sauce. I got to get the sauce. Shock oil springs can be changed. Pinion gears can be changed. They come with a 17-tooth pinion gear right out of the box, so you're not going any bigger on the pinion gear. And speaking of gearing and stuff, I got this in today. It is somewhere around here. Oh, it's over here. Check this out. Yeah. Little Furatech ESC. Servo mount. Little carbon mount right here. I'm not sure where that goes just yet. But this is a little bitty brushless motor for them things by Furatech. And this one is 5600 kV. This is going to be a lot in that car. I know some of the guys, like the local guys, they have actually broken the Castle 2mm shafts in their Groms. So we'll have to see how this holds up. Another thing, there's a little tiny plug on the back of that. You see that? It is actually a censored ESC. Little censored ESC. And it's even got the right plug on it too. So this will go into one of my cars. I'm not sure which one. Possibly the front wheel drive one, since it's so easy just to put the rear dog bones back in. But little censored motor for these things. How awesome is that? By Furatech. This literally came in today. All right. On the modified, you still can't modify the chassis. Optional, any of the optional Losi parts available on the website, or you can use. Because he saw my front wheel drive and rear wheel drive videos as all wheel drive only. So he put that in there. Same on the bodies. ESC open, radio open, motor 380. As long as it's a 380 size motor, you're good to go there. Servo, any servo. As far as servos that fit that, pretty much I got the Reese 179 micro. The 99 micro will go right in here as well. So let me see here. Yeah, same 2800 milliamp battery. Some of that tires, only stock tires or Losi tires. And basically that's kind of it. So you get to mess with your electronics for your modified, and for stock, you got to be stock. You can add a little bit of weight for tuning and adjust your shocks and springs, but that's about it. As far as sand paddles, that's going to happen. One thing about the Super Laser Nut and the Losi 8, the reason why I say they appear to be the same diffs and all, the Super Laser Nut does have larger diameter dog bones. It does have larger diameter dog bones axle shafts. So I don't think anything else is different in the driveline. Same bulkhead from what I can tell, so probably the same everything in there. What the leg rules are again, league rules. Yeah, I've got the PDF. If you guys want to email me, I can probably email me here. at Yahoo. Email me right there, RC Graveyard, and I'll send you this PDF, and you guys can look it over and see if it works for you, which I think it would be pretty darn awesome. Primal Challenger, thank you. Only $100. Yep. Good, and Groms too. It's just I'm just worried about the 2mm shafts. I've seen quite a few of them broken around here. Yeah, I'm assuming they're shipping them because I got them. Also, it came with this too. Oh, this is where you connect it to your receiver. It pays to look at this stuff. All right, so Viking RC just posted up. Viking or King of Kings, can you guys link his video in here? I'd love to get him some views and subscribers and stuff like that to see if you guys will get over there. 34 tooth in the Larson car. Andrew, you're kind of a special case, okay? You got a 3500 kV Traxxas motor in that thing too. But if you got the 3500 the VXL motor or Valenian, you can go ahead and put like a 6000 kV normal 540 in there, right? Question on the Rift transmission. Have you ever had issues with killing bearings like the output bearings? I haven't really messed with those. I haven't really had a consistent issue with them. I'm not going to say I've never messed one up because I believe I have, but it wasn't a consistent issue. On the Fury, I'm not exactly sure how big of opinion you can go on the Fury, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I know mine, the 3800 on 3S is plenty though. And I believe it's got, was it 17 tooth pinion gear, I believe it was. RC Robinson, am I going to run the Charger on the little track? Yes, I already did. That was in today's video, buddy. I forgot what a spur gear was. It's okay, Grant. I forget things too. Hyperflow fans, what's up, dude? Oh, it's just a 2400? Yeah, man, you should put a real motor in there, Andy. Bring that thing up to about 6,000 kV. And see, Grant, that's something we're working on right now. I asked Arthur Vidavant if he has the old HPI 5B or the Rovan 5B, then he has what he needs there to make us some spur gears. I'm talking, I would like to see spur gears 30, 35, 40, 45. We already have 50s. What comes on the car is a 55, but man, you put a 30 tooth spur gear on that thing, and then you put like a 30 or 40 tooth pinion and a 560 kV or some big 70mm motor and 12S. Man, you might as well put wings on the thing. It's going to be crazy. Dude, I would so love to do some drifting with that thing. Endos, that's not bad. All he's got to do, strip them down and send them to a anodizer. They'll take the original silver anodizing off and put the black on. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Do you think you'd ever be able to get your own hardware kit to put on your website? Hardware kit? About the best I could do would be to try to become a dealer for K&K or something like that. But that's not something I ever planned on. What's up, Captain? Oh, onto those videos. My Fury is 2850. Saying yes, even with Losi NASCAR 72 so far. It keeps flipping. I imagine it does. Yeah, I mean, you have to like zip tie the front arms down on it. I don't know how you would keep the front down though. Got 30.8 on 2S and 41 on 3S. Moe's Garage. What vehicle, Mo? Did I miss it? What vehicle are we talking about? Engineer Dan, what's up, buddy? You got to get over here and check this thing out, dude. Clayton, is that his video? Is that thank you. Awesome. Guys, check out this video, man. Out the rear shocks and put droop screws in the front. Yeah. It's just that body's going to catch so much air. Have you tried it without the body on it? Just to see if that is where you're getting all your, it's got to be where you're getting all your resistance at. 85 miles per hour. I haven't seen the 85 mile per hour Grom run. No, sir. Nathan Lewis. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think, Kevin, I think mine had the 17 on mine is what I think was there. Oh, you had hip surgery. I got you, Dan. Oh, well, keep in mind, November 16th and 17th, we've got the Gromapalooza. I really got to start hammering that out, man. I really got to start getting the word out there for that. The event's out there, but Gromapalooza is still going on. And then the big meet and greet at Cherokee Rock Village, December 7th and 8th, I believe it is. That's going to be good, too. I've got to get back on those. You'd think I'd have all the time in the world to do all kinds of stuff, but, man, it just doesn't seem to be that way. 300 7mm bore. See, Furitech said that they're going to rework these with a 3.175 shaft on it as well. Killing. How much is the body for the Charger? I have no idea. What's over here? Worked great today for my crawler Rift. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Andy's like, well, I got a speed run to do. Jay Mitch hit that grill on the bike. Jay Mitch. I don't know who Jay Mitch is. I like how you talk mechanics on horsepower. Man, the only time I've ever been on TV was years ago with my real truck, and I was on Extreme 4x4 because I put on another event called the SETTC. We were one of the first events in the country to openly invite the bouncers. The bouncers were just coming into the scene, you know. We were one of the first ones to actively invite the bouncers. It wasn't but a couple years later, TTC got rid of the bouncers, and now TTC's gone. But since all that has happened, we got the SRRS, which is way beyond anything I could have ever did. Them guys are rocking it good, man. They're doing great, wonderful. Short course truck, Killer Basin, yes sir. So sorry y'all, autocorrect got me. It was a Gorgon that went 85 and not a Grom. Oh, a Gorgon that went 85. That's cool. I left off the 83 on the Losi. Well, Andy, I'm still saying you got to go hit 85 now. You done talk some smack where you got to go get it done. Get it done and post a video on the First Coast on Exocaged Facebook. You got to do it now, dude. Thank you, Dak Turbo. I appreciate that. I was set with the Fury of my Gorgon. 87 with his Fury. Need to get you a Team Corley Kagama. I don't have a Kagama. I did get the Asuga, though. I bought that from my stepbrother, which is BustNut33. If you guys want to see some weird videos, go check him out. So you got your old Russell body back together with the body Band-Aids. Yeah, what he's talking about is I've got these little TPU Band-Aids basically, and you can buy these. They're dirt cheap. A little bit of E6000, and basically if you got a crack in the body, you can just glue it in place. It's basically like a Band-Aid. And they work pretty darn good. I've used them on a few of my own cars too. They're on the website, exocagedrc.com. Is the Challenger a bad design for high speed? I don't think it is. But you figure it's fresh out of the package, all that. When the high-speed guys really get these things and they really start going through them, they're going to have these things running 100 like that. I mean, for real. 100 is going to be an easy step for this car. But when the guys that really know what they're doing get the car, spend some time with it, get the setup right, yeah, I think it's going to be good. Now, keep in mind, you know, you're also pushing a really huge body. I mean, look at that thing. So really big body you got to push through the air. So that's a lot of wind resistance right there. Tell you what would be awesome. Take that chassis. Yeah, you have to do a little bit of work, but I think it's doable. Put an F1 body on it. How awesome would that be? A Formula One body on that thing. Woo! That would be nice. Oh, carbon fiber chassis, heck no, I'd hang it on the wall. Grant, I'm driving it, and it took a good crash today at 73 miles per hour, so not bad. Did you decide not to sell the sand shields on your site? I've only been selling them locally. Which vehicle? The problem is different vehicles. Like the sledge is a very special design for the sledge, and it was only for the special or the certain Traxxas reflex wheels or something like that. So I'm kind of making them locally for special applications, if that makes any sense. Now, if you got the Losi Truggy or a Techno Truggy, I'm not sure about any others with the Proline wheels, they go in and work perfectly. Whenever you're placing an order on the website, just throw some body Band-Aids in. Like you said, they're very cheap. Exactly, Andrew. Yep. And that body is shaped like a brick. Yeah. Yeah. Dirty Max, what's up? Primal RC Challenger with a NASCAR body, dude. That would be awesome. But as soon as you do that, you're going to get the I don't want to call them crybabies, but let's just say they complain a lot. It doesn't have a solid rear axle. I mean, they were crying about it at this all-wheel drive and NASCAR's two-wheel drive. Okay, so I made one two-wheel drive. And then they started crying that NASCAR isn't independent rear suspension. Just say you can't get the car right now and just move on. You know, I mean, I know the cars are hard to get. You know, they sell out and all that, but rather than coming up with excuses to try to justify you not having the car, just say, I'm going to get the car when it comes back in stock, but I like what you're doing, or blah, blah, whatever. You know, it's like some people just like to cry and complain a lot, you know? You mount the 560. Stella Pro, yes, the 560 will fit in there. However, there isn't hardly any adjustment because of the way the motor is mounted into the harness and all that. There's no real adjustment to it. So we got to work on smaller spur gears. But when this car gets out to everybody that's after it, the speed run guys, the big time speed guys, because you know they're after this car, as soon as they get the thing, they're going to figure out ways to put everything in it, man. I guarantee you they'll have motor mounts designed. They'll probably do a full new layout on the entire chassis. I mean, they're going to fit everything in there. Will the Castle 2028 fit the Challenger? Yes, sir. It'll bolt right in. Without that little clearance issue from the G2 that I had. Enlighten. Well, you might be happy to know I have number 49 in my car right now, and it's red. This is number 50. You would have the lowest number available for the electric roller version. It's in my car right now. And no, I'm not going to get it. No, I am not opening it up. It is sealed. It's not mine, though. It's my buddy's car. He just happened to pick both of them up, and I went over there and got both of them and brought them back. So, yeah, and it was basically pick which color you want, red or green. I'm like, well, all my bouncers and other Primal stuff is like green, so I'll go green, and green happens to be the 50, which means the 49 is still brand new in the box. They're like $2,400 in Lighton. When a Castle 2028 is your buddy, so sell it. Ain't no way, buddy. But it is brand new out here. They come with different hoods and everything. I haven't even seen it yet. I mean, I don't even know what. I'm assuming the red is beautiful, but I haven't seen it. Tuffy, what's up? Man, I tell you what, the wheels on the Losi, I want to say the hexes are 8 millimeter or 7 millimeter or something like that. It's a really small wheel hex on that. We got to find the drift wheels for it because I too would like to drift that car. The bodies are a nice thick Lexan, so they're beefy. So they are a beefy body, that's for sure. Kevin B, I don't have anything from Roven, so I do not have any real experience with Roven, but I do hear that they got some good quality stuff out there. Oh, I bet you that purple one is nice, isn't it? Mud tires and lap times. Jay Rivers, what's up? Would you visit Sydney, Australia for a car review? Stella, buddy, I need to get my passport. But would I take a trip to Australia for a car review? Heck yeah. I absolutely would. I'd even bring some stickers. But yeah, I would. I got to get my passport done. I really need to get that done. I would love to come to Australia. How does the XRT perform? I've been looking at you one. Man, I'm gonna be so get one to go with your X-Max. Okay, picture this: the X-Max as a low center of gravity wide racer. That's what the XRT is. You put a box stock XRT against a box stock Creighton 8S. I feel the Creighton has more tunability, but box stock to box stock, I got to give it to the XRT. Tab? Dude, I haven't seen Tab in forever. I haven't seen a Tab soda in many years. Yeah, I put them in. Yeah, when you guys get the stickers like that, I just put a stamp on them and put them in the envelope and send them out. That way, because if not, $2.50 for stickers, then you got $4 for shipping. That doesn't make any sense. There was a guy out here the other day, and he had the Latrax, the little rally car. And man, that thing was getting around that oval good. I was really impressed. I'm like, dude, we got to get into there. If you go to Australia, you can get decent flights, but I got to come with you. XRT needs a servo. In stock form, the servo is okay until it's not. Now, in this one right here, I forget the brand of servo, but I got it and put in, I think it was about $140, I believe it was. I got it from Sean Lerman, Jack's RC Recycle Repair. And, dude, it bolted right in beautifully. Almost like the old ProTech. But a lot cheaper. The ProTech was like $300. This one's like $140, which is still a lot when you talk about a servo. I mean, a servo at $100 for a servo. For the longest time, I kid you not, I wouldn't go past $45 on a servo. Then I finally went big on it. And I'm like, holy cow. It's nice having good servos in your vehicle. It really is. They're expensive, but a nice servo is really nice. It really is. Bo Duke, you are 100% correct, and we kind of got a little bit of that today. Where's the bee's knees? Ain't nothing better. Well, I've got this, and I've got this sitting, just waiting. Just in case you guys keep me on all the way till 9 o'clock. I might need that. Kevin Talbot, what's up, buddy? Man, that Burnout video, man, if you get one of these cars, put a wheel well on that thing. If not, it is such a disaster in there after that Burnout. Man, I still got stuff all up in here, man. Ugh, that was a mess. Next thing, what's up? Waffle. Enlighten. Me and Kevin need to race Raminators. Dude, if we ever end up on the same continent and we have both Raminators, I am all for it, dude. But if we are on the same continent, Enlighten, you got to come out with your Ram Bouncer too, because we got to run those too. Kevin, dude, you'll love this thing, dude. Oh my God, it is awesome. Kevin can get Vidavon stuff. Kevin's a 2.0 land speed record about to be beaten. Uh-oh, somebody's going to beat his land speed record. If you can make it happen, I will rock an Exocaged tie-dye or Hawaiian-style t-shirt. Yes, it's dude love. Oh, man. A Florida holiday home. Man, if you come into Andrew Exo Bouncer, I got to keep remembering that there's something to the Exo Bouncer here, but I can't spill the beans yet. If you do a holiday home here in Florida, Kevin, you got to be here for fall, winter, and spring. Those are the 3 seasons you get. Our summers are horrible. We had a beautiful morning this morning. Yeah, Kevin, buddy, I would, man, love to go do some racing. And if you do get over here or something like that, we got to get you hooked up with an Exo Bouncer. Dude, I'm going to tell you, the Exo Bouncer, Ram Bouncer, they will eat a Raminator's lunch easy. I mean, they out-handle, they out-corner, they outperform it in almost every way. I mean, for real. 90 days. Would that be like the Visa or something like that? I'm keen for Florida meetup with my RC, and immigration in Orlando is out of control. 90 days in UK. Okay. Good. Now, RC Graveyard. Catch you later. He's got a great name. Yeah. He's an Isle of Man to make tax work. I got you. 180 days. Heck, that's half a year. Now, in Isle of Man, you got no taxes, right? Here in the good old States, yeah, we got taxes, and they'll eat your lunch if you don't be careful. Like for us, doing what we do like this, you got to deduct everything. Every RC I buy, every part I buy, Any of that stuff, that all goes on the record. It's all a deductible. So some of you guys wonder why I'm getting so much stuff is because, well, I kind of need to. Exo Bouncer. Kevin, if we can make, if me and Andy can make something happen, we got to get you hooked up with something incredible. And it will absolutely be incredible. I do got to say, if anybody out there on the planet can break it, it's you. And I'm curious what you would actually break on it. Because if we get this thing done like what we're going for, buddy, I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be awesome. Awesome. Well, see, Torpedo Law, this is why you never live in an HOA. There ain't no way I can live in an HOA, do what I do. Is there an Exo Bouncer on Facebook Marketplace? I believe there is. My 4S Arma Creighton is broken. I'm so sad. Ron, buddy, this is when you got to look online and get you some parts. Clayton's been able to break the little Gorgon like 5 different ways. Well, tolls, and more tolls. Guess what? You drive around the tolls. Almost every toll except for like the 528B line in Orlando to like Melbourne, you can drive around the tolls. It's not that bad. Oh, I know, Marcus. We are literally taxed without representation at this point. We get taxed because they charged us a tax because something was taxed. It's not bad. It's not a good thing at all. Let's Max have a go on a weak spot. There we go. Yes, sir. Both Charger videos. RC Robinson San. Well, there's a new one tomorrow, and that will be the speed run. And I'll go and tell you, we got 73 before we crashed it. So, well, if you broke your Fury slipper, does a Fury have a? Yeah, it does have a slipper. Yeah, it does, I think. Well, if you broke it, I guess you're doing pretty good. You gotta do a Teton. I do need to get a Teton just because Teton, small buggies, if you're into hand-sized buggies, stay tuned. That's all I can say. A bunch of tea drinking. Yeah. Just got the toll invoices in my mail from Badlands trip. You know, Clayton, when I went up to Badlands, Attica, one of those bridges was like no toll, but then there was a toll coming back, but I've never got any bills in the mail for it. Dude, Talbot in the Exoplex, shoot, man, I would have to put up a fence and put a gate to keep everybody out. Awesome. All right, Andrew. My Arma Felony speed runs are fun. Yes, sir. On the RC, what you think was the issue for the loss of control? On the RC, which RC, buddy? Usually it can be driver error. Or you got your driver mod turned off. With a Spectrum 6500 kV motor, because that turned into a well, that could possibly work on that. That could cause an issue. I know mine with the 3800 does pretty good. On this car, free rides, the steering servo, it doesn't hold center very well. As in, like, it has a little bit of drift this way. It'll sit there like it's happy, and then drift this way like it's happy. So we got to get we have to get a more accurate servo in there to hold that steering straight. And I think we'll be all set. Kevin, you're welcome anytime, buddy. Anytime. Primal, it'll bump, pothole, a rock on the road, send off course. No, sir, it wasn't that. It was just trying to make this thing run straight was a bit of a pain. Gary is really good at speed running. That's why I let him do all the driving for it. But it's just, I'm going to put a Reese 1000 in this. That should lock the steering down where it's supposed to be. There was no real, as far as setting it up to go straight, you couldn't really set the thing and go. It was either going to drift this way or I drift that way. There was almost no way to really get this thing to, go straight, Yeah, Kevin, if you come over here at the right time, dude, we'll go to some of these events around here. Cherokee Rock Village. Dude, that place is amazing up there. You got Beat the Creek in Maysville, Alabama. And if you come here at the right time, I'll take you down to Armageddon Horizon. Dude, that was fun, but it was hot. They got to move it earlier in the year. It was a bit on the hot side, but that was a lot of high power stuff. There was no crawlers at all. It was all haul butt. Monster trucking in the U.S., man, we got a lot of it. We got a lot of monster trucking over here. Where's that other RC dude with a monster truck? Mikey or something. Oh, you're talking about M2 Vids? Dude, we could bring Game Over out here. Absolutely. RC2 Vids, M2 Vids, all that. Yeah, dude, I haven't seen anything from him in a while. Mikey Vatters Jr., that's him. Yeah, V2 Vids. I haven't seen anything from him in a while. I even looked him up on like Instagram because he was posting on Instagram a lot, and there's nothing. Yeah, Maysville, Kentucky. What, did I say Alabama or something? There probably is a Maysville in Alabama too, but it's just the wrong Maysville. Red Cat Ascent 18, it does good. It's sitting on a shelf right now. Armageddon. I'm not sure when it's scheduled for the next Armageddon. I'm not sure, but hopefully they at least bump it up 1 month where we get a little bit cooler weather. It was cooking out there. Kevin, we got a bunch of them, buddy. A lot of them. And most of the ones that I go to, I'm an event, I'm a sponsor, and I'm a vendor, and all that stuff. So I always try to support my events when I go to these events too. So I always try to give back and be part of it, not just some dude you see on the internet that shows up and, drives for a minute and runs off. Doing the dad duties. Oh, boy. Huh. I haven't seen anything from Dave Damas yet in a long time either. You're right. You got a number 8 Primal. Oh, yeah, you did. Jack's Beach. Heck yeah, buddy. Nice. Yeah, you build one. We got lots of warehouses. Now, heck, you build a game over here in the States, we take it down to Armageddon. Dude, I mean, you just sit there and sign autographs all day long, buddy. You and Cletus would get along well. I know you would. Mr. OG Tank. Man, Jang, I mentioned him the other day. Didn't he quit RC and go to Legos or something like that? Man, I wouldn't go parking a monster truck here at the Exoplex for more than just maybe a week or so. We got too many squirrels and things around here that'll get all up into there. We don't need any of that kind of action. Man, we got some of them over here, Kevin. 3,000 people. It's pretty big. The biggest RC events that I've ever been to are crawlers. And man, it's usually the best people. You know, I've been to a few big races, but man, that's long, drawn out, everything. So yeah, I'm not really going into any big races, but I know we got Proline by the Fire, which is about to kick off. That's in California. That's probably one of the biggest events in the world right there. I think that and Beat the Creek in Maysville, Kentucky, Paul King, is probably the two biggest events there. They're bigger than Axial Fest in Indiana. I know that. I want to get Kevin to sign an RC body. I know. Yep. I think he, Kevin B, I think he found more views and more money in Lego than RCs. And what's crazy is I went to the dollar store, me and the wife was in there, and I actually bought a $10 Lego thing. I'm tempted to do a full Lego build right here on the channel. Just a simple build, pop it up, just to see, you know? You never know. Not that I need another channel or anything like that. STP 440, you got it, man. That would be epic. Rock bouncer events, yes, they are. Motorama, yeah. Good deal, Jax. Rex with flare, RC cars flying through the air, crashing. How could we do that, Kevin? Basically take some Groms and we could build some Lego bodies for it. Like I've got the oval right here. We could build some Lego bodies and he who with the last Lego wins. Problem is they'll be all out into the grass and everything. Tiny RC guy, yeah. You can make them go 60. I got one run 44 in the parking lot before I crashed it into a ditch. Exocaged Lego RC. Nah. I just call it like X-Lego. X-Lego. X-Lego on YouTube. That's funny. I'm not selling out the Legos, but I am going to do one, though. I am going to do one. This, I don't know, I forget how many pieces it is, but I'm going to do one video just to see if anybody watches it. I doubt it. You can use Basecamp as a basher, but just don't bash on it too hard. If you want a crawler basher, TRX4 is where it's at. I know, Marcus. They would fly everywhere. We would have to wear face shields because we'd be smacking each other for fun. Can we 3D print an RC car? Yeah, that's been done. People are printing bodies every day. Full Lego chassis with brush motors. So basically buy the Lego car kits and then put a receiver in them and drive them like that and see what you can do. That actually does sound interesting. That actually does sound interesting. I mean, Legos do have the little motors and stuff in there. Just got to get them to go decently quick. 98 days till Christmas. Really? 3 months till... Holy crap. You're right. 3 months till Christmas. Man. Yes, Torpedo Law. Absolutely. Transmission 8S Lego car. I don't know. I got to look. I mean, let me see. I mean, I don't even know. Let's see. Is there like just a Lego RC car that you could buy? Let's just see. Lego RC car kit. There he is. Where is this set? It is on Lego 427. I don't want all your privacy policy stuff. The Porsche GT4E performance race car. Like that? Would that thing shatter and go into pieces? That would be kind of cool. I don't know. I got to see if it'll blow apart. If it goes into pieces, maybe. Exactly. No glue, minimal. No. I got no sense cars, any more of those. Brushless conversion, all RC. I've actually got the FuriTech system right here. So I've got all of this to go into one of mine. We need a Lego Caprice in the Mercedes. Lego Technic Jeep. Yeah, but we got to have it to go fast if we're going to be doing it on like the on-road. Yeah, I'm going to get this put in hopefully tonight, maybe. It all depends on what's going on after this. But yeah, it looks like a simple bolt-in procedure. Stock pinion gear. ESC. See, I'll probably put it on... I'll probably just go and put it into the modified car, which is currently two-wheel drive. I'll put the four-wheel drive stuff back in it and just leave that as a full modified car. Same servo, all in RC on that set. I'm using the Reese 179 servo in one of my NASCARs. It went right in, but there is a little servo mount by FuriTech as well. Just a piece of carbon with two pieces of aluminum, basically. On the crash, just a little bit, not really much. The door mirror took a little hit right there, got scuffed up. A few scratches on the body, nothing major though. The front lower link arms for the suspension are baroque. Would the Reese Micro 55 be enough? I think the Micro 55 is too small. I think it's actually too small. The 99 went in perfectly. It's like ideal size of that. And I say 99, I'm talking about the 179. They're the same size, just a different specs and stuff like that. Yeah, bust nut. It took a crash this morning. The torque servo, those go right in, yeah. Yep, those go right on in. I think I've got another 1029 around here somewhere. I just got to find it. Can I list all the parts of my NASCAR? Sure. I can tell you right now all it's got. In my modified NASCAR, all it's got right now, a Hobbywing 1060 ESC. That made a difference, in my opinion, on the stock motor. To me, it just felt like it made a difference. So a 1060 ESC, Reese 179 Smart Servo, and I've got the IXSR radio on this thing with the Spectrum 6200A receiver. They're a pain to set up, but once you get them set up, they actually do all right. So, but they are a pain to set up. They really are. Other than that, NASCAR is just it. Set the date. Man, you guys are ready to get him over here. December 14th. I'd have to check on all the schedules and all that. How bad was it? Just the front lower arms. I know there's a bunch of new guys on here that weren't here when I showed it earlier. I'll show you guys the driving the best at driving Dodge vehicles regardless of chassis. If you want to drive it, you can drive it. Okay. This is what broke. The lower arms right here. That bar. Or that really is just a rod end working sideways. Could be a stronger setup if they had done a little bit more on it. But at least the way it's set up, you can have width adjustments and all that. So top and bottoms are adjustable. But yeah, both of them popped out of there. But as far as I can tell, that's the only damage the car took. I mean, that's the only damage it took as far as I can tell. I don't see anything else bent on it. Looks like that's it, to be honest with you. So, yep, yeah, going to be down for a little bit. Is the Arma Infraction Grom coming? Tiny RC, I don't know. It makes sense that it would. Let me drive it. No. Buddy, that would be a big GoFundMe to ship that thing over here. A big GoFundMe. On the body, I think I just showed that. The body just got some scrape right there, and the tail right there took a little bit of abuse. A few little scratches on the body, but you'll never see that in video. No, it's not a smooth flyer at all. Creighton Grom, that makes a lot of sense that they would do something like that, but I haven't shown anything into it. I don't have Sam out here, but I do have, yeah, let me pull this one over. You guys have been seeing me show this one quite a bit. This is the Mias truck. It doesn't fly very well. I kind of want to make some body mounts for this thing. J Concept stage kill the body. But I'm going to tell you right now, this thing right here drives great, man. Let me go over this. So this has got the Mias axles Capra. The rear, I've got this as narrow as any SCX truck. And this has the Pro Code inserts. I've actually got the rears offset in to pull the tire in. So the tire looks like it's pulled in, like you need to pull it back out. That's the way it's actually set to work. That way, narrow up that back end. Okay? Yeah, well, it wasn't that bad of a crash. The front is a little bit wide. I've got a loose servo horn on it. But look at this right here. This thing's got some turn to it. And the crazy thing is, it's got more than this. It has more ability to turn than what we're seeing right here. Really love this truck. The smooth on the steering is just, it's really nice. It really is. Started an RC club at school this year, but someone beat me to it. Any fun idea we could do when everybody meets? Yeah, Reason Raider. The number one thing you guys got to do is help each other build better vehicles. If you find a deal on the internet, share it. Save some money. So, but what I've got here, this is another Mias axle. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of work on these things, but you can get more turn than that out of them. Okay, that's pretty sharp, but you can get more out of them. And I've got this one, which has the weights on it. So this is my front axle right here. This is my rear axle. So you know what we're going to be doing, right? 4-wheel steer class 3 on 525s. Yep, it's going to happen. It is going to happen, guys. It is going to be awesome. Oh, sweet. I just noticed this. Front, rear, everything lines up beautifully. Very nice. Yeah, that's going to be an awesome build. Got a brand new chassis I'm going to pick up from this guy. I think he's kind of local to me here. And he's working on it. He's got these chassis. He's building them. They're testing out really good. I've been sent some pictures of this chassis. And he says, I'm going to pick up one of these. I got to buy his chassis, his links. I've already got a really crazy drive shaft, but I believe it has that carrier bearing on there. So I've got to figure that out. It's a whole new style build for me. So, but it's should be pretty darn wild. 4-wheel steer. I want to get like 70 degrees turn front and back on this thing, which should be pretty darn awesome. Planning to try to use a Moose nylon portal axles, F10 portal clone. The F10 portal clones. Talking about this? Yeah, and I was looking at these. They really did kind of clone them. Let's see, that's a 10.3 right there. This is the rear axle by Moose. And dude, I'm going to tell you, I unbolted these covers and they bolted right onto the F10. They really did copy this. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish they would have changed at least something to make them original versus a direct clone. That's one thing I like about Vidavon. He doesn't just clone anything. He makes it his own. He changes things to larger bearings, all kinds of stuff. So I'm not a real big fan of how this right here has worked out, but I believe this right here, I have to look at it, but I've also got some gears which supposedly will change the rotation of this, making mullet builds with a straight front axle and portal rear super easy. So if all this works out, you'll be able to take this gear and put it into a 10.3 rear axle, like off of a base camp right here, and change the rotation. So I got to get those put in and see if they actually do work, which will be interesting if they do. Woven chassis carbon. I don't know if it's woven or what. I mean, I've heard both. Some people cry that it's one way and not stronger than the other, and then another person will cry and say it's different, and then you get this and that. I'm not sure, but there it is. You guys can see the chassis right there. I don't care whether it's woven, knitted, super glued, or use some good old Elmer's glue. It's holding up fine for me. So that's all I can tell you. Let me see. Better late than never. You already broke it, South Florida. Yeah, we kind of had a crash. It was a pretty good crash too. There's a Muse chassis wheel. I don't know. They're wider than stock Capra. These axles are the same width as Capra. Now, the wheels that I'm going to be using, well, you can see with these right here. These are cheap wheels off of Amazon. You can see how they pretty much cover everything up. There's very little anything here to catch on. And the rear is clean. It's all inside the wheel, which is something I've been wanting ever since Traxxas came out with the TRX4, because I always have an issue with the portals that come all the way down low. I always catch them up on stuff, you know? So it's like, man, that's a big issue. And when you have those on the rear, it's just worse, to be honest with you, because the rear, especially with a non-steer, it's just going to follow, and it could cause issues. They hang up on stuff real bad. This is an interesting rear axle, though. It's just really much of a clone. At least this one's different enough that, well, actually, this has a little bit more hanging down right here. This is a different enough with it being centered, you know, from what the Vanquish is. So I mean, at least we got that. It's not double U-jointed, so it's just a standard U-joint in there. Not sure exactly what I want to use them on, but I do want to see if I can do the reverse rotation here for an easy mullet build. Let me see here. James, yes. Home from rock hunting. All right. I was sitting there. I'm thinking about buying a set from Muse with the brass installed. Well, I had to see about that. Actually, I asked Muse, and I probably shouldn't say this publicly. It's kind of more of a local thing, but they said that I can purchase and resell as a dealer. So if you guys do want some stuff, you're going to have to send me an email and let me know what you're after and this and that, and we can try to work it out. I don't have any deals with Muse or Mias on this yet, so it's something to kind of work into. Thank you, Heart Cell. Appreciate it. Okay, well, STP, all I know is I haven't broke it. Now, I will tell you this, their steel doesn't really seem to be very strong. That bends way too easy. Let me see here. That bends a little bit too easy right there. Front bumper. It's also starting to push in a little bit. I've been hitting on it right there. Rear bumper seems to be okay, but this front bumper, it is not happy. Race camp. Man, I haven't even turned the race camp on in months. Do a version for changing to SOA. They need to do a version for changing to SOA on what? You're going off the video, you passed on Spectrum 3800 kV, but what about the ESC? Heart Cell, what I did, that was the same 3800 kV motor and a Spectrum ESC that I got off of another Arma car. I had it in the bin, I put it in the Gorgon, and that thing ran so good. So I just been moving that one back and forth, to be honest with you. I haven't actually bought a system to go in there yet. I know when you go to put a motor in there, it needs to be a long can 550. If not, you have issues with the motor wires if the wires are coming out the end of the motor, the side of the end of it. Okay, so Paul, you're wanting a conversion kit? Because my Moose is, you know, servo on axle right out of the box. Actually, that can go either direction on that chassis. You can do it either way. 85 amp, I guess. I don't know. Like I say, it was one of the takeout ESCs when I got another Arma, took it out, and just went to go with it. What do you mean? Looks like the links mount on top, so no room to run SOA. Dude, it is servo on axle. Haven't you looked at this, Paul? Look, on the axle. You didn't look at that while you was here yesterday? Hello, RC Kings. What's up, buddy? Or was it Sunday? Yeah. And these axles right here, they come with brackets. You can put the servo on the top if you want, or down behind it. So you have your choice of where you want your servo to go on that. So that would be pretty neat in all honesty. I'm gonna check something real quick. How do I like that Challenger? Dude, I like the Challenger. So far, the only thing I've broken on it are both of the front lower front suspension arm link thingies. This is the axle out of the Moose. Woo! Let me see. Wow, look at the angle. Let me put it on my forehead so you guys can see this. If I can get this right here. We can get literally, oh yeah, you can get like 80 degrees out of this thing. Not quite 90. Not quite 90. If I get this where it's at its limits here. I think it's pretty darn. Wow. You guys want to turn like that? Oh, that won't turn like that. Looks like. Now you got bearings and all locking everything in place right there. Yeah, if you had the bearings and all in place, 80 degrees and smooth. You just got to make room for all the turning, the tires and all that. But that is pretty darn awesome. Yep. Pretty darn good there. I like that. Man, looks like the links mount on top. Just entering the live. My fuel chest at 540. Okay, so you got a 540 to go in there. When I was looking at mine, it's not just, you know, a wall with an open chamber inside. It's like a tube in there. Double cardan joint, yes. I used to have them on my drive shafts when I had my truck. On mine was, see, I started with the 1310s, and I kept busting man, I'm getting all kinds of dirty on this live. I was busting the centering balls out on the way the drive shafts are. Then I went to the 1350s. That held up, but I ended up busting that one as well. So I ended up with, the rear had a high angle drive line, 1410 dual cardan U-joint on the back, or CV assembly. The front still had a Tom Woods 1350 on it. But the front didn't have as much angle as what the back did, so kind of one of those things, you know. Now I got to try to put this back together, which I'll probably wait till the live is over. Hopefully they can get the portal setups, because that is phenomenal, man. Upgrade RC, pretty darn good stuff. I try to get this thing figured out here. All kinds of dirty on the live to bust balls. Busted a lot of things around here. Got to get this thing into here. I'll show you what I'm trying to do. Now, this is one of the crazy things about this. A double U-joint trying to fit into a portal box. That's a little bit more of a challenge than having just one U-joint. I guess I'm going to have to do it the other way. What is the best brand for RC? RC tires specifically. Baja Pro X Thompson. The Baja Pro X's are good, but as far as the best tire goes, if there are locals around you, go to one of their events or one of their meetups and just ask them to see what works really good in your area. It might be a specific tread compound. Maybe Proline Predator is the way to go. Proline G8. Maybe it's the J Concepts. So you kind of got to go to your own local area and just see what works there, to be honest with you. It could be anything, really. The Pro X's are actually good tires. They're just really more for like really like a dirty terrain, dirt, a little bit of mud, stuff like that. Where can I post up a pic of what I had to do to make that 650 Spectrum to fit? What about in the Exocaged RC group on Facebook? You can post it up there. Which one do I prefer, Predator or Proline? Hang on a second. I'm trying to get this shaft in the hole here. I got to get everything to line up and get this thing to go in. Oh, it went in, but then never mind. All right, so well, Predator is a Proline compound. Okay, Proline has Predator and G8 compound on their tires. So that's what I was referring to. And then when you get the tires in there, you got to either be happy with the foams that are in there or get you some inserts from somebody. If you have somebody locally printing inserts for the local guys, just get with him and get you some inserts through him. Because he's like right there, you know? Makes sense to me. No way. I got it in. I'm just trying to screw this down tight. Some of you guys got dirty minds. I'm very clean and innocent. And I'm just simply trying to screw this in all the way. Done. Back is one piece. All right, so let me see here. J Concept is my favorite. I run mine everywhere in the U.S. as a trucker. Which J Concepts do you run the most, American? Is it in? Is it good? Yes, Bust Nut. Very good. I got it in. It is screwed down tight. Oh, nothing's coming out of that bolt hole. How do I know if it's a ripoff of the tire that I'm wanting? BJ Bjiz Fam Gibble. Yeah. Basically, if you buy from a reputable shop, you're going to get the real tire. Basically, that's just kind of the whole thing. If you get one that says Rock Tires on it or Super Supper, then you know it's not the real deal. A lot of tires on Amazon, they've knocked off the Proline Hyrax a lot. They've knocked off quite a few of the Proline tires, to be honest with you. If you get it from Amazon, just make sure it says Proline on it. If it has some weird name, well, what was one guy? I was looking at one that was Rumple Foreskin or something like that. I forget the name of it, but it was like one of them weird names that it's like they throw letters down and like, hey, this is the name of our company now. So, yeah. Speaking of tire ripper, what's with Madman versus Mad Max versus, I do not know what the deal is on that one. Oh my God. I saw a Scooby-Doo cartoon by Ace Vane. Man, that dude's funny. Oh man. Tusk mostly holds on the one truck. The Tusk, yeah. So you pretty much run all the J Concepts tires. That's good. I like that. I've got a few of they're swamper looking ones. Now the Holds is that bogger looking tire. Dude, they are actually really good tire. They really do. I still got some pepper left. We got 20 minutes to finish this thing up. You guys have successfully kept me on. Geez, this table is a disaster. I got to put a new top on after cleaning this Challenger. I think I did put I put the rear bulkhead in the Asuga. Yes. I haven't got one for the front yet. Reaper Bandit, dude, I hope we get a new Raider on that platform. I really do. Yeah, I've already got my Reese order. It's already came in, buddy. I do have a spare $299 here. I ordered a $299 just for racing, just to have it in case somebody needed one locally. The brass 500 is already gone, and the regular 500. Both of those are already gone. Oh no, Marcus, they wear pretty quick. The Megas, they wear pretty darn fast. They really do. We were using Goo Gone or whatever it was. So what broke on the Challenger? Actually, yeah, we got about 19 minutes to go, so we'll finish this thing up. Trying to put them on your Ridge Rock. The Ridge Runner has the portals, I think it is. Just to show you guys that haven't seen it yet, that's what I broke on the car. The lower suspension arm link thingy. So I got to get some of those ordered. Other than that, that's it. The car did really good, man. I'm really happy with it. And both sides obviously took the hit. So that's what broke on it. War Megas, they still run good. Yes, I did, BJ. I got to build us a Vigilante base fifth skill basher buggy. Bo Duke, I have asked them multiple times. I'm like, nobody else has given us a basher buggy. Arma, all they got to do is take a Creighton or the Outcast, put a buggy body on it with some buggy tires, and it's done. Simple as that. Where are these shredded tires? They're over there. Do y'all want to see one of them? I can go grab them real quick. They're right over there. But yeah, we definitely need a fifth scale basher buggy. I agree. Give me just a second. All right. Now these still have some life left in them. So they're not completely gone yet. But they're going to be when I get the car fixed. So, yeah, I'm going to adjust the camber out so I can burn this edge right here off pretty well. So, yeah, I'm going to burn these all the way down to the rim. Going to happen. So, but until then, until I get the car fixed, this is where we are. Yep, these were brand new just yesterday morning. Have them recapped. Yep. Now, luckily, the cars come with a spare set of tires, at least two. And I had them on for the speed run today. Yes, sir. Are they belted? I don't think they're belted, but I don't think they need to be either. I don't think they're belted. When I melt them down to the edge of the wheel, we'll find out if they got some belts in them. What's a Typhoon XL? Have a good week. Thank you, BJ. Appreciate that. How much per set? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't bought them yet. I'm sure they're on the website, though. How fast was it? It actually did 73 before it decided to turn left into the ditch. Yeah, these didn't really smoke too much. They just shredded and sent hot melted rubber all up into everything. They might be. I don't know. We'll find out though once I get them. Once I get the car fixed. Like I say, I'm going to set the camber to where they're possibly even leaning out just a little bit. This way we can kind of save the inside for when we really finish these things off. I know they don't expand. They were not good for expanding. I know, like right here, it does feel a little bit thinner, which obviously, but it's got a foam in there. That I know. So no oval racing these things on our little track. No, sir. Not going to happen. Yeah, man, I was there. Now I got to look and I'm like, holy crap, there's a giant cloud around. So that was when I backed up and just kind of did the walk around of it. And the crazy thing is, you guys only saw about half the total burnout. I've done it several times for the slow-mo clips, different clips like that. Some of them weren't usable. Some of them were. So you guys only got about half the total burnout in that video. They took a lot more than that. We have a Losi nearby. Compare the size of tire to the NASCAR. Which Losi are you talking about? Like compare this to a NASCAR? We'll have to do that next weekend or next Tuesday. I'm going to compare this. This is taller than the car. So, way taller. Like the NASCAR is like, well, yeah, let's do this right here. This will work. How about that, huh? Will that work? Woo! That was skills right there. Skills that took me almost 3 minutes to learn. I saw you talk about fifth scale Typhon. I mean, all I would like to do is put some fifth scale buggy tires on the Creighton, and then put a body on it, and I think we'd be all set. Yeah, probably about 5.5. I don't have a tape measure in here though, but they're beefy. I mean, you saw them there, is taller than the can. I don't have a measuring tape in here, so I can't exactly measure anything for you guys. I don't need a Scooby snack. All right, so we got 12 minutes to finish this thing up. I think I'm going to change the entire top out of my table. I completely destroyed it cleaning that Challenger up. That's a big tar. We're going to grade the track this week, possibly. Bust Nut, this Sunday we are actually racing on oval. We are racing the Losi NASCARs, STK cars, and Groms. And what's funny is all of our classes, you can totally get into these classes for less than $200. How awesome is that? So I mean that's pretty awesome in my opinion. Lighter fluid on the tires and try a burnout. I don't want to melt the body. But it is interesting though, isn't it? Ooh. Ooh, I can't do it on my pad though. What if I do this? What if when I burn these tires off of these wheels, what if I put a bunch of screws into it, put them back on the car, and go do some night drifting? Now that would light up, wouldn't it? There are some detailed breakdowns of the Typhon Den Group. She's going to buy 3 trucks. Any new parts coming for Vigilante that you can say anything about? Yeah, there's a couple things really nice coming out. You may not realize it, but you are actually watching those parts in action on the last few videos. So they're doing pretty good. Titanium screws. Titanium would give a nice bright white light, wouldn't they? They really would. Can I get titanium screws on Amazon? If I can get titanium screws on Amazon, ooh, iPhone 16 Pro. I'm thinking about getting that. iPhone 16 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. Thinking about it. Put sandpaper on, polish the concrete. The concrete needs to be polished a little bit, yes. All right, we got 9 minutes. Are we going to end this quietly or go out with a bang? I see 78 of you wonderful people on here. Yes, I was actually printing some last night, but they broke off. It was a 2-piece unit. I've got some on the printer right now that finished. A different design. These were printing up like this and they came off. But these were supposed to go together like this. But the ones I've got are actually just flat pieces. You're going to bend them, but you can bolt them together. Bust nut, I will never touch an Android. I have tried twice. Zero desire for Android. Zero. Express, Team K and KS Titanium. Dude. Bang, baby. Yeah, I'm going to find some titanium screws. And then I got to find a place where I can go at night and take video. Almost out of my Dr. Pepper. You guys did not make me talk enough to finish this. Sorry, Clayton, but absolutely not. Dude, my entire channel, everything you guys see is on this. Everything. I am not touching Android at all. Hold on. I say I'm not touching Android, but the ISXR is Android based. So iPhone 15s, copy pasting, goes off screen. Mine don't. Bustnut, I have met Clayton. He is not talking sense. Corners, when it comes to drive the corners, it'll spark. See, I want the entire thing to just light up like a fireworks show. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I have to get short screws though, because this rubber's coming off. All of it. 8 minutes, 7 minutes to go. And see, Marcus, I've tried Android twice. One of them almost got a hammer. And the other one, I tried it, turned it off, and told work, if you wanted to call me, you call me on my personal phone. Simple as that. Because they handed out Androids to everybody because, I mean, Android phones. The reason they're so popular is they give the things away. You know? It's like, here, have an Android on us. Duh. So, iPhone, they don't give their stuff away at all. But I almost zero issues with these things. This is an old 13 Pro Max. Very, very few issues. Very few issues ever. And I can search all kinds of websites. Oh. Is Primal going to make an off-road version non-raminator? Maybe a 1.5 short course or XRT kind of version. Matt, I have no idea. I doubt it. Honestly, I doubt it. And if they do make anything off-road, they better use a much stronger front suspension than what they've got on this Challenger. Because this suspension will not take anything off-road. That's for sure. I'm actually lucky I didn't break them when I was doing the little jumps on the pipes on the pad, really. Now that I think about it. If you think Samsung's not proprietary, think again. In fact, Samsung actually makes some of the screens for Apple into components. Magnesium straps glued in the tread grooves. Magnesium straps. Magnesium, that'll spark pretty good too, won't it? Apple uses Android components. I mean, they all kind of get it from the same companies. So, RC Kings, you can have all them viruses you want. Or what do they say, plural, viri? Is that what it is? Yeah. I can't even show you my websites. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, man. Got all of that. I'm going to show you. Ready? Man, that brings back the days. Wasn't it? Tony Hawk out there, man, getting it. Brings back the days. Me and Caleb used to skate. Man, we had a ramp we put together back in the woods. Yes, we did. Dang, that was awesome. Those were the days. Oh, you're talking about those two? Well, one of them is a project that I haven't completed yet. Oh, Android is very open, and therein lies the problem. Let me show you guys what I was trying to do. This has been up here for months. We're going to finish this up with this. It was a crazy idea, and I've yet to actually do it, but I wanted to try it. I'm glad you mentioned it, because they are getting down up there, aren't they? I got a 2400 kV motor up here. All right. I want to show you guys something I was working on, but I've never finished it. Maybe I need to get it going here, but not this one. This was a dumb idea. I would need a 1060 ESC and pretty much power it. I haven't even got things, they're not even soldered yet. Oh. Hyperflow fans. This was something I was going to try to turn them on and see if I could get up the ramp easier. Got a little bit of thrust. I just never finished it. I mean, they're glued on, you know, but I never finished it. Oh, my goodness. Maybe I need to finish that and actually make that work. Oh, man. Well, we're in the last minute here. Makes a nicer phone than Apple. No, was a better skater. I was too chicken, even off the vert. Man, the biggest vert ramp I ever skated was the big one at Kona. The big 13-foot. That was scary to drop in that thing for me. That needs to be finished. You get your heat sink for your 5690. what the heck? The 5690, I forget the name of that darn thing. Surpass Hobby, I think off of eBay. I think eBay makes them, Surpass. So you guys would actually want to see me try this? I mean, they do have some thrust. They're Hyperflow fans. They've got some thrust to them. I could finish it up and make it happen. For science. I know years ago, Nick, he actually took some quad prop motor and all that, and he put a couple on his, and I kid you not, that thing would crawl almost a vertical wall when he turned them on. It would literally, like a wall like this, it was like just going right up that thing. It was actually pretty impressive. That was a long time ago. Max 5 G2 and a 6S Mojave. That's not too bad. All right, guys, we're going to finish this up. I got to clean everything up and see what I can, no boat action. I just haven't went to the river or messed with any of that stuff. But as far as being quite clever, this is why you have stupid rules in scale comps. This is why in that rules list, they'll say, oh, no fans. Who would put a fan on a crawler? This is why those rules exist. Just so you know. Oh, buddy, that Challenger went 73 today before it crashed. I am not sitting on the back of that thing. I am not riding along. No way. So far, for me, the 3800 has been fine on 3S. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I got a lot of cleanup to do, and check those other wheel wells out to see if they finished up like I wanted. All right, Enlighten. Just remember, this weekend, this Sunday, we're racing NASCAR, STK, and Grom. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Marcus, catch you later. Y'all, RC West, later, buddy. Cyclone, catch you later. You guys have a great one.